It's a real problem in colleges because you're drinking an obscene amount of alcohol and all the effects of that alcohol may not even be at play until you pass out. You can literally pass out and your blood alcohol concentration can continue to rise if you're drinking hard alcohol like rum, bourbon, other hard liquors like that.
And this is the first time a lot of times the kids turn 21 in college, the first time they've ever had alcohol, so they may not know what their limits are.
They have no clue how much they can consume and what's too much.
And the reason that people die is you have involuntary reflexes that are basically knocked out if your blood alcohol level gets too high. So think about how often you drink a sip of water and you start coughing, oh, it went down the wrong pipe. Well, if your blood alcohol level goes beyond a certain point, that gag reflex no longer works, and so you can asphyxiate in your sleep and die. And I want to show everyone really quickly how blood alcohol concentrations affect your judgment. And why this often happens is because, innocently enough, you may start off, have a drink, and you're starting to feel relaxed. Your intensification of mood. Then you're getting a little sedation. This is where you start to wonder, driving may not be such a smart idea. Maybe after 2 or 3 drinks, you're starting to get impaired motor skills. 0.08 in many places is an illegal level of blood alcohol concentration as far as DUIs. So things are beginning to be impaired. Not really dangerous yet, but I want everyone to focus on this. Significantly impaired judgment. Significantly impaired judgment. You know what that often means? I'm gonna keep on drinking. This liquor, it's not touching me. Often happens in college kids. Then once they get confused, they may even be close to blacking out, but their friends are giving them more and more shots because their friends have impaired judgment. This is where things get kind of scary. Between 0.3 and 0.4, for most people who are naive to alcohol, you can start to lose consciousness. And then beyond 0.4, again, if you're alcohol naive, you can go unconscious. That's how you die. Now, what's crazy is I have seen full-blown alcoholics walking around the ER with levels of 0.4 plus because they're so used to having that much in their system. But a college kid, theoretically, maybe that's the first time they've ever even had alcohol.
And what happened in his story, he kind of passed out, so that people around him figured, oh, he just needs to sleep it off. He needs to sleep it off. Let's put him in the bed and let him sleep it off. Check on him in the morning. And that's often the wrong thing to do because, like you said, you lose your gag reflex, your breathing's suppressed, and you can just wake up.
And the people
dead.
around them probably have impaired thought process as well. Like, are they thinking safe? Are they being extra cautious? Probably not.
And let me ask you this as parents. If your children ever called you up and said, you know what, my friend is not responding, we drank too much, I don't think you would ever be upset.
Nope.
You would be there in a heartbeat. So
I've got that exact phone call, but it was from my daughter's friend. And wow. But yeah, I'm very thankful that my daughter's friends were around her to say, hey, but you need
Did they
a
call
parent.
911?
No, she was just on the verge of the passing out aspect. By the time I got there, she was out, and I was able to check her and kind of help her ride through it.
But new experiences with alcohol, and as long as they know, you call them, there'll be no questions asked, as long as they're safe.
Yes, and I told her, even on that day when she goes to the graduation party, I said, if you need to call me, no questions asked, you call me, and luckily the phone call came.
And most colleges have a healthcare facility because if you cannot get your friend to respond to you, they need to be in the emergency department where they can be closely watched, be given IV fluids if necessary, and more importantly, sometimes you need a breathing tube to get you through the night. Otherwise, you will not wake up the next morning.